Hi there, it's Olga. Welcome back to my channel. First of all, I would like to thank you guys for supporting my new collection of dies. You totally rock and you do make me a very happy crafter. In today's tutorial, I'd like to demonstrate how you can create some lovely embellishments using vertical tag die set. I will also be showing you how to make a party decoration that is a lantern with a hanging tag. So let's get started. This is the set itself. It includes 3 outline dies and 3 inserts, and also 1 hole positioner die. So now I'll be using this first shape to cut out an open frame with a hole. I'm taping all the dies down to the piece of silver mirror cardstock and sending them through the machine. I'm going for a masculine look, so I'm going to use a lot of metallics. I have also die cut a tag background out of navy blue cardstock. Here I have realized that I forgot to create a hole in the background, so I'm simply tracing the hole and punching it using a Crop-A-Dile tool. Then I'm going to use one of vertical sentiment stamps. They are all included in this set. This time I'll be using Happy Birthday. So I'm stamping it with VersaFine ink, and then I'm going to apply some silver embossing powder and heat set it, just as usual. You have probably noticed that I also applied some anti-static powder before stamping, so that it won't stick to the areas it's not supposed to. Next, I'm going to attach a little loop to be able to hang a tag, and this time instead of using twine or ribbon, I'll be using a piece of metal chain. I'm attaching the chain to the corners of the tag using the hot glue. You can also use small glue dots for the same effect. This is what the project looks like at the moment. Now I'm going to apply some glue to the frame and attach it on top of the tag, and it's going to hide the ends of the chain. I'm using a paper napkin now to remove the anti-static powder and also my fingerprints from the shiny frame. One more metal detail that I would like to add is that charm. I'm using a large jump ring to attach it to the hole, and this is what the tag looks like. To attach a tag to a gift bag, I'm pulling out one end of a handle, putting a tag on it, and then placing it right back. I just love the fact that the sentiment is going vertically on the tag and you can read it without leaning your head. I have also added some craft wrapping paper inside the bag. So this was the masculine gift, and this one is a more feminine version. I've just used a rounded shape of a tag, a pearl charm, and some gold embossing. I also used a twine instead of the chain. The rest of the process is absolutely the same. This is one more variation of this tag. I have added some pattern paper this time, as well as the tassel. I especially like how tassels look with this kind of tags, so if you have some in your stash, it's the great way to use them up. And now I would like to make one more fancier tag that I'm going to attach to the lantern later on. This time I've die cut the background of a tag out of cream and the outline out of white cardstock. I have also created a paper swirl that I'm attaching to the bottom of the background. The swirl itself is created with a die from Leaf and Blossom die set. Now I'm attaching the outline on top of the background. Then I'm stamping one of the sentiments from the set. This one I've chosen Thank You, and I'm using some brown ink. I'm going to add some flowers to embellish the tag even more. The die I'm using is from the same set as the swirl. It's a Leaf and Blossom die set. I'm sticking down all 3 flowers to the bottom of the tag with the liquid glue, and then I'm also going to add the flower centers. I'm just going to use some colored pearls for that. I have decided to make this tag double-sided, so I have added the frame, the stamping and the flowers at the other side as well. And now I'm going to demonstrate how to make a lantern. That is very easy, in fact. You're gonna need 2 pieces of cardstock, 6 1/4 by 7 1/4 inches, plus 1 3 by 3 piece for the bottom. I'm scoring the cardstock at 3 inches and at 6-inch mark, then I'm flipping it over and scoring it at 7 inches. And this way I'll be able to create the narrow tabs to put the lantern together. You'll see it later on. I've made the 2 pieces exactly the same way, and now I'm going to do some die cutting. This border die is from a Card Builder panel die set. I'm placing it in the center of the rectangle that is defined by the scoring lines. And this is how the window should look like. Then I'm going to place the die again in the center of the other rectangle and send it through the machine once more. Then I'm going to repeat this process on the other piece of cardstock, and this way my lantern will have a window on each side. I'm also going to use an outline die from the same set to die cut a backing for the window. I'll be using Vellum, and I can totally cut through both pieces at one go. This score line that is parallel to the edge defines the tabs, and all I have to do now is to trim off the corners to shape those tabs. Then I'm applying a bit of liquid glue all around the window, and I'm sticking a piece of vellum at the wrong side. After attaching the vellum, I'm going to fold in all the tabs along the crease lines. There's one thing I'd like to mention. You're welcome to use a hashtag paperdiscovery if you're publishing your project created with my products on social media, and this way I'll be able to see it, and I'd love to leave you a comment. I can't wait to see what you're going to create. To assemble the lantern, I'm applying some glue onto that thin vertical tab and attaching the second half of the lantern to it. Before attaching the other tab, I'm gonna take my punch and create 2 holes at the top of the lantern on 2 sides to be able to hang it. This lantern is actually a simple box shape. So now I'm gonna go ahead and attach the other vertical tab. So this is how we make the sides of the lantern. Now all there is left to do is to attach the bottom. Before I do that, I'd like to add a tag to the bottom because it really creates an interesting look. So I'm using a ruler to trace the diagonals, and this way I can define the center of the square. Then I'm placing a hole positioner die from the tag set in the center of the square and sending it through the machine. And this way I have a small hole in the center. Then I'm erasing all the pencil marks. I'm going to tie up a piece of white twine onto the tag, and then I'm going to feed the ends through that hole in the square. Now I'm deciding on the length of the twine, and then I'm going to secure it at the wrong side using another smaller piece of cardstock. So I'm simply applying some double-sided adhesive onto it, sticking it down, and then I can trim off the extra twine. It is as simple as that. Then I have applied some adhesive onto the tabs at the bottom, and I'm placing the square with the tag on top of the lantern, which is actually the bottom of it. To hang a lantern, you can attach any piece of twine or a ribbon to the holes in the sides, but I'm just going to recycle a handle from the gift bag. I'm simply feeding the ends through the holes in the lantern, and that finishes my project. Now you can simply place a battery-driven tea light inside and you have a lovely party decoration. Since this lantern is not too small, it's 3 by 7 plus the length of the tag, so you can make quite a statement using this lantern as a decoration, especially if you create a group of 3, 5 or more. They work for a number of occasions, by the way, so you can store them in a box until you need them for the next party. I hope I have given you some ideas and inspiration on how you can use the Vertical Tag Builder die and stamp set. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you soon with the next tutorial. Bye bye!